Okay, so let's move on to the third one. Is this one's a little bit controversial. So this is by AnonymousContent, and their post is, I think couples in long-term relationships should be able to check each other's phones whenever they want. Interesting. Removing for a second the notion of doing it obsessively and really invading each other's space, nothing is more revealing about who someone really is than their phone. When you choose to be with someone long term, you're sharing your most valuable asset with another person and making long term plans. I think you should be able to understand who they really are. I think, especially when you're choosing to get married, I think you should be relinquishing your right to keep someone entirely out of your phone. I got away with a lot of bullshit before I got sober because my ex didn't look at my phone. I feel sad that I wasted more of her time than I should have. She didn't deserve that, and if she had looked at my phone, she would have kicked me to the curb much sooner, and I would have been less hurt in the end. I see so many relationships come apart because someone finally, or after many years, finally saw a message. If they had just looked sooner, they could have saved themselves time and heartbreak. Anyway, I'm sorry for who I've been, and I've been sober for 7 years now. My apologies will never be enough. But I promised that I would be an open book from then on out, and I've been much happier and I've been a better partner and person. It's not for everyone, but I just think that saying you should never is a bad starting point because as things develop, I think you certainly should every once in a while.
Did he cheat it or is the
I think he's just
ex-girlfriend?
dealing with alcohol or like substance abuse maybe. So it's interesting. So I'm okay with you going to my phone. I think you're my first. Not that I've ever cheated or hiding things from girls I dated before, but I just don't like the idea of someone snooping around my stuff. But with us, we're getting married. I think you're my first girlfriend that I've like openly like shared all my passwords with. Because sometimes it's just easier to like, hey, can you open or like this, or can you find this for me on my computer and stuff like that. And so just like why I don't need to limit access from you. And I think it's also that I trust or like I know you won't abuse that power. We share locations with each other. I rarely, if ever, check your location. Maybe sometimes when you're like, oh, I'm on Grab and I'm on the way and I need to know like, oh shoot, do I have time to like clean up? So like I'll check like, oh, how far away is she or something like that. But yeah, I rarely check, and I don't think you check mine. I'm always running late. So when I first started sharing my location with you, I was like, oh shoot, when I'm like telling you that like I'm on my way, she's gonna be like, oh, she's gonna know that like I'm like putting on my shoes or like not even out the door yet. But no, but you haven't abused it or anything like that. So I've been very. I think it's also comes down to the kind of relationship you have with your partner that you feel safe to share these things. Where I feel like some, even though I wasn't hiding things or I never cheat on my exes, I'm sure if they were snooping through our phone, maybe like, there are things that maybe make them uncomfortable. Like, uh, some people might find that if you're too friendly with a coworker or I don't know, maybe you are gossiping about something or someone and then they don't like that, but I think if you're looking for dirt, you're going to find it, And so, but I know with you, if you were ever to look at my phone, you're not like trying to like, or you can try. Am I digging myself a hole? No, but the point is, I think if you're in a trusting relationship, there's no fear in sharing your phone. And I think it's a little bit scary when someone doesn't want to share their phone because it feels like they're hiding something.
Yeah, exactly. I think that sometimes it's not about no, that's okay. I put my feet there.
Okay.
I think that sometimes it's not about you're gonna check the other person's phone or snooping or like looking or digging for something, but it's about trust, right? Because you're building trust, and if like you already gave me the password, and I feel like, oh, actually, it's just a gesture of like, you don't have anything to hide. So that's why you're like, oh, I'm sharing this with you, you know, and I think that it's a very good gesture. And I think with me, it's all about you showing the person that you are trustable, trustworthy, and there's nothing to hide, you know. I think that's more like that. But you brought up a good point that as long as the other person not abused of this luxury to be able to look at the other person, what they are doing, or like snooping around, because I think that it's too much. I think that, of course, you have my password, but I would feel also if you go through all my messages, like what I'm talking to this person and that person, like, wait, but
Which I've never
are you?
done.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, yeah, you're right. Such a quick reflect.
I mean, because I've done it before. Like,
With me,
no, but with like a
others.
long time ago, and it was bad. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, it's something, it's like an invasion of privacy. Yeah.
I don't
mean,
think I ever done it before.
yeah.
But anyways, I think that it's also make, for example, I think if one day you just look through our message from my phone, I would also questioning that, don't you trust me? Like, what's wrong? Like, talk to me. I think that, yeah, it's such a tricky situations, you know. Like, for example, if we on a fight and then you're like, give me your phone, I want to look at it, I would also feel offended that why, like, you can check it, but it's also going to sort of like make me feel bad, and then we're gonna start to have another like round of this fight, or like additional on top of it, because I would feel that you don't trust me, you know. So yeah, I mean, of course, asking questions, but also trust your instinct.
Yeah.
You know, I think that it's open like a wormhole. If you're starting to like, can I check your phone? It's, I don't know, I think it's a little bit bad. But to give the privacy of like, oh, this is my password, you know, I think, yeah, but again, depending on the person, if they're gonna be abusive about that or not.
Right. I mean, number one, we have a lot of sensitive information on our phone. So, I mean, like, I wouldn't give my access to my phone or my computer to just anyone, because, you know, there's like Social Security, all my personal account information, passwords, and everything like that. And I'm too lazy to have like many different passwords. So, if you get one, you kind of get it all. And so I think, yeah, like you said, it comes with trust. But at the same time, it's kind of like if you lived in a house with someone and then they had this one room that was locked, and every time they came out, they locked it. Like, you can't go in that room, you know? And you would feel like that seems kind of strange, you know? But versus like if you have very healthy boundaries with someone, and then you're just kind of like, you know, hey, this is my office. I'd prefer if, like, you know, if you just kind of like leave it, you know, can you just like not go in my room? Like, I just want to be private. Maybe like you're an artist or something like that. But I can see, like, if you're doing bad, like if you're hiding things, I'm like, okay, I'm selling or like making drugs, I'm like Breaking Bad in there. And it's like, don't come in, like I'm locking it and stuff like that. So I feel like if you're not doing anything wrong, there's no need to like
Hide.
yeah, or like create a barrier, like you're blocked from getting in. But at the same time, you should have this like respect in your relationship to be like, yeah, you know, you can have my password, and like when I ask you to like go through my phone, you can get something if you needed to. But at the same time, I don't think it's appropriate to be like snooping into each other's stuff, because like you said, like if, like, for example, you might be talking with your colleagues at work, and if I was like in a bad mood, I could be like, why are you texting this guy so often? Or like, why you
can just pick it up.
yeah, like, why do you need to make these like jokes with him, you know, or like stuff like that, which is like totally, it's like totally fine to like make jokes with people, you know, in coworkers, and you should develop, you know,
Friendship.
friendship and stuff like that with your coworkers. But I think if you're snooping and you want to find something to be upset about, you will. Okay, so I think that's right. So, unpopular opinion, couples should be able to check their phone. I think that's, yeah, I agree with that, right?
Wait.
Oh, should be able to check the.
No, I think we agree with like giving
Sorry,
the
yeah.
password,
Yeah,
but also
accent.
you need to know that, I mean, it can be two swords, right?
Yeah.
Like, is that
two sides of the
two
sword?
side? Yeah,
Two
because
sides
it's
of the
all
coin?
I don't know.
Double-sided sword.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Double-edged sword.
I don't know. Anyway, so it's also like the person giving you the access, but also it's a bit tricky. Like if you're like, oh, okay, I have all the access, unlimited, I'm just gonna check everything. It's also giving the person, it might give another, like your boyfriend or your partner, a different impression.
Right.
So be careful. It's good to have it because it shows how much he cares or how much he cares about you and does nothing to hide. But don't abuse it.
Yeah.
ใช่
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, okay, right. So I think I agree, but I would reword it. So it's not that you should be able to check each other's phone whenever they want. I think you should have access.
Yeah.
It depends on how, like, long term doesn't always mean that you're, I know a lot of couples have been dating for like 5-10 years and they're not even like, I'm gonna marry this person. They're just like together because it's comfortable. So I would say, like, if you are, it depends on the relationship. Like if you feel like very secure with this person and you can share your life with them, then I think it's okay. Is that right? So yeah, but I think like, yeah, just going through people's stuff is not good. Like I wouldn't want to come home and you're like going through my drawers.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you doing? Not that you can, but okay.
But I won't.
Okay, so one quick comment from Derper2222 said, should be able to, in principle, probably. Should ever, go fuck yourself. People in a healthy relationship should trust and be trustworthy, so there shouldn't be anything to hide. But privacy is not deception. Snooping, on the other hand, means you think your curiosity is more important than my sovereignty. Violate my privacy and you'll cause a bigger trust issue than anything you thought you were going to find on my phone. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
I agree.
That was worded. Okay, that person
agree.
said it better than
than us.
that was perfect.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
That's true. Yeah.